We need to welcome you back, and we're still with the big story for today. And we're talking about the issue of oil theft and federal government approach in tackling it. And many will say, well, are we really winning the war against it, or we're just really not there yet? But I don't. We're still with it right here in the studio. And before we had that break, was joined by no other person but Mojefe Daffy. And he gave us an insight into what we need to do. We'll now be joining also Berafo Breford. He will be joining us all the way from Bayelsa State. He's the President Secretary General of the Joy Youth Council. And while he will be joining us, but before we do all of that, let's quickly go on a break. Get message from our sponsors. I want to come back and continue our discussion, all centered on federal government approach in dealing with the issue of oil, bunkery, and theft.
Oil follow the road, auto better quality. If you talk gas matter, oil follow Benetta. Gas with the better quality. Benetta gas where they full rich man to Benetta gas. Delivery brother na Shapal. Benetta gas. Gas no mago. Benetta gas. Different type of gas cylinder. Benetta gas we go last you well. Benetta gas matter Benetta now do. Benetta gas service in a them they run. Benetta gas make you carry go.
For gas matter and home delivery, make you wire Benetta gas plant for 080-6745-7890 and 080-5904-7722. Benetta gas plant, the tequile of gas matters.
It's colorful, so colorful, wow! It's Oza Furniture and Interior Merchant, a leading name for luxurious furniture at Ultra Modern Super Showroom. Well stocked is now located near you for the sales and installation of long-lasting exotic and quality interior and exterior furniture for your living space, such as foreign Turkey royal chairs and sofas, glass, wooden and marble royal dining tables and chairs, conference tables and chairs, executive office tables, reception tables, orthopedic office chairs, etc. Oza Furniture and Interior Merchant has in stock royal king-size and queen-size beds, wardrobes, mirror consoles, wall frames and artworks for decoration, wine bars, big TV shelves and TV stands, gym equipment like motorized gym bicycles, gaming chairs, treadmills, outdoor swing chairs, etc. All at affordable prices. We deliver with our vehicles. To make your home that cozy paradise, locate our super showroom along BSC Expressway opposite Platinum Banquet Place, beside Ugoposo Junction, Efru, State. Call 0806-394-198 or 0703-368-7179. Oza Furniture and Interior Merchant for comfortable home interior furniture experience.
Well, indeed, a sad experience Nigerian seems to be getting in the last decade or two. And we're talking about the issue of our basic revenue, and we're talking about that of crude oil that has been stolen over the years. And many are saying what needs to be done to really see how we can address it, and knowing that we've not been able to overheat our OPEC quota. And every year we seem to lose that because we're losing huge resources coming from the issue of oil theft. But anyway, like I said, let's now join no other but Berafo Breford. He's joined all the way from Bayelsa State, and he'll be joining us via phone to also look at the issues of oil bunkery and how much it has seemed to have hurt the Nigerian economy. That's already on its knees, and many feel needs a surgical approach to deal with. But are we getting the gains from it already? I'm talking about that of our security agents and also the service of Tantita that was contracted to deal with the issue of pipeline vandalism and also the issue of crude oil theft. Let's see if we have him on the line. Hello, Mr. Berafo.
Thank you very much.
Good morning to you.
Good morning,
yes,
Mr. Michael.
Yeah, nice having you on the show today. And I just want us to quickly go to it. Yeah, we recorded some few successes on Sunday night, to be precise, in Ondo State, when Tantita Security Service, in collaboration with the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, raided an outlet right there in Ondo State, and were able to dislodge the oil bunkers. But my question now, undermining the chief operation officer of that agency said, well, it was a huge success. I'm just a bit curious. Do you feel we are winning the war against oil bunkery and theft, or do you feel we are still far way behind in dealing with the problem?
All right. For me, kudos to first and foremost. I want to give kudos to Santita for they are doing their bit, they are doing their best, and the surface oil vandalism, pipeline vandalism, has reduced drastically via their services. However, this problem has been an endemic problem. It has eaten deep into the fabrics of our country, and it is very difficult to feel that. It has recorded maximum success, but I mean the fight for oil theft, because it has to do with sincerity from also security agencies and all whatnot. Because of course, the security agencies are started with the responsibility, particularly the Navy and some other joint task force are started with the responsibility to co-op these activities. But however, over the years, we will see a monumental failure in their part, because the actual oil thieves are not those smaller guys that do vandalism here and there, because vandalism, as much as possible via the service of Santita, has been a thing of the past. We have moved past that stage in our economy where we are talking about vandalism. The actual oil thieves, those who have been looting oil funds in the NNPC, over 70 billion naira loot. We are hearing recently, we heard about over how many billions of dollars loot that are unaccounted for. Those are the actual oil thieves that the federal government should be sincerely looking out for. Those that have been siphoning oil money, producing money over the years. I can tell you for free that over the last 10 years, we have suffered over $17 billion of oil theft, across the land that are not accounted for. Those are the actual oil thieves that the federal government should look into critically and stop disturbing our waters. Our young people that are. For me, I have an opinion in the lacuna of the federal government inability, to maximize the potentials of our young Niger Deltans that are into the so-called oil bunkering. But if you look at it, for instance, the mechanics, we don't do production. We are not manufacturers, vehicle manufacturers, but our mechanics, are experts in doing what they are doing. So that is the same vein. The oil and gas sector, our locals can also be,
incorporated.
To go into local production.
Okay, well, but for Bedford, we'll come to that as a means of solution to the problem. But I want us to still remain with the problem, rather, and look at it holistically. Yeah, you made mention of billions of dollars being lost, and I could still remember precisely September of last year, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, came out to say we've lost about 46 billion United States dollars, which is equivalent as of then to 16.25 trillion naira in the last 10 years. And NITI also made that very statement. But my fear is we're still looking at that huge sum. Many feel they're in doubt that can we have lost that huge sum from the issue of oil theft over the period. Do you feel that's the case, or do you feel even the money Nigeria seem to have lost to oil theft is far more exceed that the Speaker of the House of Representatives said? 46 billion United States dollars.
It's far much more. That is what they can account for. What about those ones that cannot account for? It was sometime last year that Santita also discovered, a pipe that was laid, that is not accounted for, and it has been siphoned oil for the last 15 years. Those are funds that are not accounted. That's the one that the Speaker of the House of Representatives has said. It's the one that they could account for. That is before the public space. But I can tell you for free that the oil loot, the actual oil thieves, and what has gone out of this Niger Delta region, out of Nigeria, is much more than what the map will say. The ones that are unaccounted for are much more. And the body language of the government over the years has not been sincere in tackling this issue. Even the current government, for my own opinion, that the commitment is not good enough. They are not showing that commitment, to say that we want to stop oil theft. People want to stop oil theft. They know the oil theft. They know the oil theft. They should go after those people that have been stealing. They may be part of the protest because of political reasons, of course. An election year, everybody wants to spend money, and of course, when you are a thief, you want to be a thief. And Nigeria as a whole has been characterized in that regard. That's why you could see also, apart from oil, you could also see the Zamfara gold issue. You could see how they are covering up and they are being, stealing the resources of this nation unaccounted for their selfish political reasons. My brother, what has gone out of this country that are unaccounted for can feed this country in the next 50 years and nobody will work and all of us will survive. That is the reality.
Well, anyway, before we be kings in our own land, I still want us to remain with the issue of dealing with this. Yes, recently there's this recent push by the National Assembly that the vessels and also the content should not be bombed. Now let's look at that approach. Yes, because we saw in most recent time, we've seen the Nigerian Air Force bomb most of these vessels and also the content, and they feel it's a total waste to this country. I want your reactions to that. Do you feel while handling it, is that the right approach to take as more like a deterrent to them? But, should we bomb the content and the vessel inclusive?
It is embarrassing, sorry to say, use that word. It is quite archaic that when crude oil is being accosted, stolen crude oil is being accosted, and they are being bumped to the ground. It is an archaic mode. We are not just losing resources, financial resources. We are also losing environmental terrorism. And an act of terrorism on our environment. So the act of burning a crude oil after accosting, it's okay, these are stolen crude and you accost them and you burn them. It's a total waste and a total rape on our environment. Our ecosystem continually being bastardized because each crude that is being burned, the after effect on the flora and fauna of our environment is much more damaging. So what we move off by the out of water, it is good, but any facility that is being accosted, bearing food, should not be burned. We are saying that vandalism, causing oil spill and all of that, but you are not deliberately after catching fish. You are deliberately burning facilities to further endanger the Niger Delta people. This is why it is not acceptable anyway. So the move by the House of Reps is a welcome development. And as for us as the Joint Youth Council, as the spokesman of the Joint Youth Council, that's the direction that the Joint Nation also want is showing that any product that is accosted, that is crude, should not be burned. Rather, it should be seen and utilized. That is the reason why we also need our local refineries to be working. So if our refineries are working, any crude that is historic, they invite it to Dangote refinery or Dangote to any other refinery that is working, and the resources will come back to the nation. That's what it is.
Well, anyway, thank you so much, and I'll plead with you now, Mr. Barafa Bedford, the spokesperson of the Joy Youth Council, to hold on a bit. We need to go on the break now, but when we come back, we'll still talk about solutions and the issue of artisan refineries and refiners and how they can also help to deal with the shortfall we have and also deal with the issue of smuggling. Let's go on the break and we'll come back and talk some more.